we are going to be talking about continuous engineering and FIRST robotics. And we are also joined by the gentlemen of Team EMS 1649 with some of their projects that they've worked on. Now, in case you're not familiar with our Pit Crew Meetups, they are a series of informal yet formal gatherings where you get to mingle, chat, and meet experts from various areas. And tonight, of course, as I mentioned, continuous engineering and FIRST robotics is the subject that we're going through right now. So here's the team. If you guys want to take the microphone, introduce yourselves, and maybe say a bit about what you've been working on.
Okay. Hi, my name is Adam Molnar, and we're from Team 1649 EMS, and these are our two robots from this year and last year. We have our 2014 robot, which played aerial assist, shooting these big exercise balls into goals, and then we have last year's robot named Fido for ultimate ascent, which would shoot frisbees into goals and climb these pyramids.
Hi, I'm Nick. Really, our robotics team is really about just making robots that compete for a game that the FIRST organization gives us every year. We only have a build season of 6 weeks, where we have to design, build, figure out how we're going to drive it, and overall just figure out how to work our robots.
Hi, my name is David. I'm Adam's brother, and he kind of inspired me to join the robotics team. So yeah, the computer guy left this year, so I kind of have to take on the role of being the computer guy, dealing with the PlayStation remote and the computer, all that stuff. So
what does FIRST Robotics stand for, and how did you first learn about this organization?
FIRST Robotics stands for the Inspiration and Recognition of Scientific Technology, and actually, I first learned about the program from my friend at our school before I joined. The team was doing almost sort of like this at our school. It was at the Multicultural Festival. My friend was like, I think you should join this. So next year, I joined the team, and it only took me a day before I was hooked and changed my entire life to actually wanting to do engineering.
Wow. So that's the plan now, huh? Do you guys feel the same way? Was robotics something you were interested in initially, or did this really just kind of stoke the fire?
Well, since I was a little kid, I've always been interested in building things, and I don't know. But one day, I was walking by my 7th grade teacher's math class. I saw a giant wooden Rubik's Cube, and I went, "What is that?" And so I then asked around, and I saw people with power tools, and I was like, "What's going on over here?" And they were building robots, and I was like, "Well, that's really cool. I would want to join that." And so because of this, I want to be a mechanical engineer when I grow up, and minor in computer science. So.
Well, I saw my brother going in and out of the shed, the place where we build the robot, and I'm like, well, what is he doing? And so one day I decided to go in, and I became really interested in it because I enjoy cracking into my Wi-Fi at home. So I decided to do the computer stuff, and now, yeah, I guess I'm the computer guy now.
So you're going to be using your powers for good moving forward. All right. So what was the initial challenge that they gave you with this project?
Every year they give us a different game, and then they give us a giant rule book that's that thick if you printed it all out. Then tells you all the different stuff that you need to follow. They give you the game, and for this year, the exercise balls, for last year, frisbees, and before that, basketballs. And then the rule book outlines everything like weight, height, how long your robot can be, how wide, bumpers, motors that you can use on it, the amount of motors, and on and on and on and on.
So do they give you, and pardon me if you already answered this, do they give you a test, a kit that you have to work from, or do you have to source the materials yourself?
Well, every year they give us a kit of parts, and there's always a bot in it, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you can build a kit bot, which is basically just a chassis, and then you can add on top of it. But every year we usually build our own chassis and robot from just parts, and design it pretty much the day of. We get information and then push it out, and we see if it works, and hopefully it works.
And so what's the process of building? Do you kind of have an idea going into it, or how long does it take to get everything done?
Well, usually we brainstorm for the first week, but last year it took about 2 weeks, and then we only have a couple more weeks to build. But This year is better because last year it took us all the way up until the last week. We like changed our plans. So, but yeah, this year is better.
It's just like the real world.
Yeah.
So you guys will all seem to want to go into mechanical engineering or computer science. What would you say to other kids who are maybe interested in those fields and want to get involved?
Well, I definitely say try to find a local team. There's teams everywhere, and it's pretty easy to go on usfirst.org and find a team that's local. And then most of them don't really care if you. I mean, they care. You can join most teams quite easily. That's what the whole program's about, and just spreading the word.
Anything else to add?
What was the question again?
Like, how do you get other kids involved?
Okay. So, getting kids involved with this has been a rigorous process. At our school, robotics is like those kids in the shed back there. They build robots. Cool. But you know, like other teams, like sports teams, they get higher recognition. But you know, FIRST actually gives scholarships and really helps people further in the years when they go into work and stuff, and college as well. So we've been trying to like get more team people to join for that, and you know, just people that are interested in like building things and making a team really fun to be with. So
You know that whole dynamic flips as soon as you graduate college.
yeah.
You know that. It's absolutely true. You guys
Yeah.
are the rock stars. All right, so what are you guys showing off tonight? How do these guys work?
For this robot, this is the exercise ball. It picks up using those rollers, which is just hooked up with one motor. This entire thing moves in and out using a winch connected to a motor, and it has this string which is located right here. And as it pulls down, it pulls in, and if you loosen the power of the surgical tubing, pull it down, allows it to pop back out. And then the next thing is it's basically a catapult. We have the surgical tubing over here, which actually allows us to shoot, and then we have a motor at the bottom, which hits our cocking mechanism to actually let it to shoot.
All right, can we see it in action?
Yes.
All right, I better get out of the way. I feel like
I'll go catch it.
right now.
Got it?
You guys signed waivers, right?